There she is.
Hello. Who's that wonderful girl? Could she be any cuter?
You notice Mayor Baxter painting over one of the scorched sides of the building.
Not even the weirdest thing we've seen this morning.
I hate how true that is.
We don't have a cure. Perhaps the best thing to do is get to the source. And the source is in Marston.
The doors swing open and you see several torches in the distance, but it's dim, very dim light. Welcome back to Roll for Initiative, brought to you by our amazing sponsors, Cobalt Press. And what are we doing? We are benefiting Doctors Without Borders. So please follow the link below and help us support the real heroes of this operation. Forrest Valkai, that question I always ask you.
Yeah.
How best can our beloved compatriots in the war against a shittier planet join us in supporting Doctors Without Borders?
The easiest way that you can support Doctors Without Borders is by using the donation link directly below this video. We're all here to play pretend heroes. Those guys are real heroes. They travel to the worst parts of the world and they treat everybody, regardless of race, religion, politics, or anything else. Anybody who needs help gets help, which is what medicine is all about, and what being a good person is all about. So if you want to help those amazing people do their incredible work all around the world, then use the donation link down below to donate whatever you can. And if you can't donate anything, send this video to somebody who can donate something, or just hit the like button and try to get more people to see it. As long as you're watching, you're making the world a little bit better. Thanks so much for being here.
I want to shoot like an infomercial where like somebody's in the background like, in the arms. And it's like every day, doctors live without borders. With your support, we can border the doctors.
Border.
But why Kate, no.
Why would we want... Kate, you've missed the whole point.
Wait, I thought we were getting doctors borders this whole time. Are we not giving
Is
them
that not a
borders?
charity? Giving them borders?
No.
These poor doctors, these poor borderless doctors.
I thought we were getting them
For only $1 a day.
It's not dogs for doctors. They don't get border collies?
Then what are we even doing here?
Never mind, guys.
What's happening?
Last session we started.
Yeah, you be serious.
I'm going to be so serious.
Michael Corrie's here and I don't like it.
I love that Michael Corrie's here.
Most of the things that you've seen
never believe
on
what
this
just
show
happened.
are from Michael Corrie and Jesse Jerdak and
It's true.
Raptor House Effects and all of the other people
What's wrong?
There's a mushroom.
You all right?
Yeah.
Check the description for all the freaking
Mushroom on
amazing people
table.
that made this whole thing happen.
I feel like we've just reached like peak slap happy right now.
Yeah.
This-
There's one.
yeah, there's one on my
Give us a
cot.
minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go mushroom hunting. I don't even know what that is.
Don't check
the-
yourselves
just-
for mushrooms.
For those of you that are wondering what is
Simulator.
happening, mushrooms keep on popping up around the set. Day one, there were no mushrooms visible on set.
No.
There were no
So
mushrooms
many.
on set.
Mushrooms.
Now we are.
So many.
We have an
Check the
abundance.
bottoms of your things.
Check your bottoms, folks.
Check my bottom.
Check
Do
your,
not check
your
your
own
bo-
bottom.
Don't like this.
All right.
Get your bottom
No, that's fine.
low.
Last session, our heroes found themselves bedding down for the evening at the Circle of the Root, the druids that live in the dark woods east of Antriur, the small town in which most of our story has taken place. As they made their way west, back to Antriur, they discovered several things about one another. And they discovered that the mayor of Antriur has really been pitching in. Very helpful fella. Which
So
is
helpful.
out of character, I would say.
Which is bad.
It's bad.
In this
Objectively.
case.
Yeah,
it's
they
actually
hated
bad.
that he was like helping patch up the town and being convivial to people.
Very creepy.
If a billionaire started doing that, I would be very suspicious.
It's upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heading south from Montreux, they weaved their way through the short hills until the point where they found a heavy stone door carved into the side of a small mountain. Two very gruff dwarves greeted them. But mercifully, they had recently made a deal with the dragon. And a barrel of fine aged brandy sat next to one of our dwarven city guards, who promptly let the party in. And as the heavy stone doors swung smoothly on heavy brass hinges, our party stepped into the darkness beyond. And that is where we find ourselves.
This looks very bleak. Anybody have any lamps or lanterns?
Did you say there were torches lighting the walls?
Sparsely. For those of you without dark vision, this is probably an alarming visage. Those of you with dark vision, you understand it, you get it. It's enough light.
Victor just gonna walk up behind Retha and just kind of like put a hand on her shoulder for guidance.
Oh.
Just like,
Oh, okay.
you go ahead.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had a lamp or lantern or something,
Several of you may have torches in your inventory.
yeah.
I have dark vision, so
Ah.
I'm fine.
Does the explorer pack? Yes, tinder torch. Yes. Okay.
As a half elf, I think you have dark vision as well.
I don't.
As I'm a full elf and I don't.
Then you definitely have dark vision, 100%.
I do?
Yep.
Yeah, scroll up.
Should be up right underneath your skills.
I've been thinking you were only half elf this entire time. Oh,
I mean, I am a half elf.
should.
even
Nice.
half of an
Nice.
elf.
It should say
I would assume
you do
Dragonsworn
have
have
it
dark
if you're an
vision.
elf.
I guess
but it's
it
not showing
doesn't
up for some
say
reason.
that
I
I have
think they
dark vision,
do.
but
I'm-
I don't know that Kirka would need dark vision necessarily. Like she can just make.
Lights and
Little
fires.
fire.
and
Mine
things.
says I have dark vision.
I'm
You're
a
a
human
dwarf,
and I'm
dude.
very confused.
Yeah.
I don't have dark vision, not according to me.
You definitely have dark vision.
Okay, well then I.
I'll
I don't like to
Is
steer
it with-
people's characters, but elves got it.
Okay.
Is it with languages, weapons, and tools? Is that where it would be?
Yeah, it's like right above
It's
it.
a weapon.
No, I don't know.
It's a weapon.
Everything's a
so-
weapon if you use it right.
I will light a torch for our human friend.
How do you do that? Is it a cool torch or is this just like a stick on fire?
No, it's just Retha pulls out of their toolbox and one of their menu packs. It's it actually does just look like a stick. It's just a thin sort of metal pole. It's roughly torch shaped. It is filled with a fluid of some kind, and Retha actually just kind of pulls up their glove and just kind of rubs it against the top, and there's a little spark and a small controlled flame just and it's a kind of soft bluish daylight, but it is very bright.
Nice.
That is immeasurably handy.
Yeah. I only have one though, so you have to give it back.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Vindica, when you are handed this torch, the darkness retreats, if you will, and you see immense stone carvings of hammers and dwarven figures and anvils literally carved into the rock faces, and you find yourself in a tremendous cavern.
Huh.
It's a lot bigger on the inside than what it looked to be.
Jesse Jerdak, what's the ground like?
The ground is, at this point, a polished, smooth, like mirror smooth ramp of pure granite.
Do we see any other people?
At this junction, no, but you're not too far in. You can hear chants of raucous bar music, not too terribly far in the distance. You hear clanking in art. You hear a lot of bickering, like a weird amount of just like bickering, and you hear the hustle and bustle of a city.
Is this opening sort of a crossroadsy type space, or is there only one direction?
It's more of it's like an off ramp, but it goes down.
Further up and further in.
More like further down.
Gwen's like, ramp! And she's like, bye! Easy on the brakes.
And it's like a 40-foot wide ramp. It's sweet.
I just imagine us
You can,
walking
like,
on
follow.
this
Doing some
just
tricks.
granite.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's very smooth. Like it's like they took a little bit of pride in just making it like extra dwarf smooth.
Really polish it.
Yeah, because there, as you all know, dwarven stonework is unparalleled, and so like it's hard to see the seams of where the masonry comes together. It's just that tight and that precise. And it goes down a long way. As you go down about a 200-foot ramp in the darkness, it just bends sharply to the right at a precise 90-degree angle, and you see another down ramp that goes down about the same amount, and then it bends sharply to the right at another perfect 90-degree angle. Same process. Not a step in sight, just silky, glassy, smooth granite.
Worried that Gwen's going to get out of control soon. Like, how are the brakes on that thing?
They're
fine.
great.
Yeah,
So
it's-
good. Okay.
She's in her
Honestly,
element.
someone needs to sketch this to show to the dragon, because I mean, like,
This really, yeah.
This is what you should be
I'm
doing.
They
just
should hire
saying,
the
it's
dwarves.
not that hard.
It's a fun
Honestly,
time.
this should be a standard everywhere.
It really, it seems ridiculous that it isn't.
How long and how hard could it possibly be to dig hundreds of feet into the earth, a 40-foot long, perfectly made stone ramp?
That's what I'm saying.
With the most rudimentary tools in this feudalistic society that we
I
have.
fashioned a rudimentary lathe.
As we get closer, do we get more distinct noises, or is just
It just gets louder,
cacophony.
and you realize, oh man, the cacophony.
There
it's
it
back.
is. It's back.
It just gets louder, and you realize that the sound is bouncing very efficiently off of the hard granite, and you're a lot further than you thought you might have been as you just spiraled downwards for
We're spiraling.
quite a while. Quite a
We're
while.
doing that for a while.
Difficult to tell.
The calves on these dwarves must be insane.
You know for a fact that they are.
Calves, the necks, like
You can bounce a
lower
quarter
center
off
of
them.
gravity.
Whoa.
Well,
literally.
they're minors, you know. They're probably just set up for carts.
I think they're of age.
Jesus Christ.
minors, not minors.
I
English.
almost made that joke and then I
didn't do
We
didn't.
just made
And
two
I'm glad
Galaxy
you
Quest jokes
got
in the last
the-
60 seconds.
Yeah, we got another one in before it too.
I
so
know.
It's
So
pretty
proud
good.
of us. Everyone watch Galaxy Quest. Like and
I
subscribe.
love that movie. It's so good.
It is a perfect film, and I will die on that.
It's a
hill.
perfect
Anyway,
film.
I'm sorry.
As you take the last hard right angle turn, the ramp is much longer. And it opens up into a vista of a large cavern. But the cavern, it's immense. It's frightening, the enormity of this cavern. And you realize the ramp just continues straight ahead. And you see little lights along the ceiling of the cavern for miles in almost every direction.
What sort of lights? Colored
Torch
lights,
lights,
torch lights?
largely torch lights.
Not magical lights.
There might be some magical lights. It's hard to tell at this distance, but what you can tell is that the cavern floor has a stream of lava running through it.
That's sick.
And you see little bioluminescent, from this perspective, they look like tiny bioluminescent mushrooms kind of poking up through like black stone. And you see little crystalline projections just kind of growing up ever so slightly out of the cavern floor. But the city has nothing to do with the cavern floor, as the city is built entirely into stalactites hanging from the roof of this giant cavern.
So, why has nobody ever done that? Thank you. From the imagination of Jesse Jerdak.
You see a network of bridges connecting these enormous stalactites, and you see like upside down skyscrapers. You see homes and buildings and businesses and bars, too many bars, and a normal amount of blacksmiths.
Like a Malorn tree.
As each massive stone column is almost like a city unto itself.
Cool. Incredible.
And you see a network of heavy stone bridges connecting one to another, and beautiful dwarven masonry of angular dwarven figures and heroes. You're met with enormous 70-foot tall statues of squat dwarven figures holding hammers and anvils and axes and broadswords. And then you see something familiar as you see a tram work, a cable car system connecting several of them, and little cable cars lit from the inside and sparking from little mechanisms atop the cable system, and you hear raucous dwarf noises from within these cable cars as people are ferried back and forth between the individual spires of Marlstone.
Jesse Jerdak, everybody.
I love this so much.
You can have this back.
Yeah.
It's fairly well
Don't think
lit
you
now.
need that anymore.
As beautiful as all of this is, we may actually have a little bit of a problem now.
What?
Where do we go in all of this? This is, I was not expecting that.
Kirka knows where she's going, and how deep is the lava river?
The lava river, it's about maybe 300 feet below.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Well,
it
then,
looks deep.
yeah. No. So it's not like running.
swim.
It's not like a cool river, like at surface level, that's like running through the.
Oh, there's an actual lava flow, but
That's what I'm saying, like,
but it's way down
It's
there.
way down there. Okay. Well, then she'll
Any
just.
rivulets coming down the side.
I
going
was
in-
gonna do a thing where she like puts
I
her
was-
hand in the lava, but instead she'll
I
just
want
go
it.
over and just look down, and she's like her horns sort of glow for a minute. She breathes deep and holds her hands out. Just a minute, darlings.
Even at this height, you can feel the ambient heat just rising.
It's a little hot in here, isn't it?
That is actually quite nice.
It is warm. It is.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is perfect.
You can see people just kind of patrolling back and forth. You seem to be at one of many entrances to Marlstone. And as you approach the main bridge leading into the city, you see a couple of more dwarves. They kind of just eye you, and they're in the same heavy plate helms with full face masks that look like a bearded dwarf face, little stylized, a little more angular. And they just incline their heads to you as you walk in, as if the point of entry was really your security. And you're welcome to explore Marlstone.
This is great news. Are there? Please.
No. Go.
I'm just thinking that surely a city this advanced, like do they have waypoints? Do they have any indicators of where
maps.
directional maps or sorts of things?
Yeah, as you walk along the bridge, you actually see a map.
You're here.
That's what I'm saying. Do they have a "you
like
are
a
here"
mall.
situation?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, you see a relief of Marlstone carved into about the halfway point of the bridge. And it shows you exactly where you are. And it shows you that you are on one of the farthest edges of Marlstone. And it literally has like it's not an X. It's like there's just a dagger pointing in. It's like you kind of get the impression like there's that. And you realize like this is a large town. It's far larger than Entreor, nearly a mile above.
I have the blueprints that Ardith gave me.
Mm-hmm.
If I look through those, is there, because you know how like usually on blueprints it'll have like, a stamp from like the company or wherever. Do I see any information that would indicate where these belong to?
Smart.
Yes, you do. Let me look up that part of my
Smart.
notes. Future Forrest, make this look
I'm
faster.
literally as smart at it.
Literally the smartest person you'll ever meet. How many
Honestly.
times do I have to say it?
So you are looking at You're looking for Tinkerforge Spire.
Tinkerforge.
There's also mention of Golden Staff Spire.
Oh.
And there appears to be part of the diagram missing. You just see several swear words written over Golden Staff Spire, and a piece of the page is just literally ripped off. But what you are able to garner from this blueprint is that it's for some sort of device. And I don't know that you've taken a lot of time to examine this blueprint or not.
I haven't.
So it's for a device.
All right.
So from the blueprint, we ascertained that the blueprint is from Tinkerforge Spire. Is that?
I think it's from Tinkerforge Spire, possibly has something to do with Golden Staff Spire. There's a lot of swears and things kind of crossed out there, so that might actually be where Linnaeus is.
He sounds like a guy who wouldn't be well loved.
Yeah, I also do need to take some time to look over this, but
Okay.
we should probably get moving.
I mean, if you would like to take a second to,
Get our
roll
bearings.
for something, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Must be somewhere to rest.
We can maybe ask around.
we can't walk 20 feet without finding a bar.
That's true, but I don't think that'd be a great place to rest.
Kirka is she's about bar. She's been hearing the sounds for quite some time. If we're in the dwarven food court, what does she see?
Sure. Straight up ahead, you see what looks to be some sort of tavern. It's got these wide doors, and they have like a swinging gate on them. It's almost a saloon type. And around the outside of the spire, there's a staircase that weaves up, and the next level up, almost directly above it, is another one. And the staircase that swings around and down, you look down around the edge of the bridge, and you see 2 taverns right next to each other.
Well, that
This
looks
is
fun.
The most incredible place I've ever been.
As you're looking around there, he's like, maybe I can ask around. And I go up, and whatever the nearest dwarf is.
Sure.
She'll go, no, not you, but you're like gone.
The bridge is largely secluded, as this is kind of a trade route and not a lot of foot traffic here. The city proper is just a little bit in the distance, but there are some. Along here, we just have guardsmen.
Yeah. I walk up to one of them and I'm like, excuse me, sir. I mean, actually, forgive me, I forgot my manners. Hey, fuckface.
There it is.
And she lifts up her plate face mask. She's like, "What's up, Stretch? Good to see you."
Yeah, good to see you. I hope you're having a shit day.
"Oh, I'm having an awful day. This guy just came up and started talking to me right in the middle of my shift. What can I do
What an
for you?"
asshole he must have been.
Oh, he's the worst so far.
Well, to get out with your ugly face as soon as possible.
Conk. Sorry.
If I can, my friends and I are looking for a stiff beer, a stiff drink, and perhaps some place to rest our heads. And I feel like with how much resting you're doing, you know exactly where to go.
Yeah, well, it looks like you're looking for a big stiffy. So the bar right up ahead is a good place to get that kind of thing. Also, there's one directly above it. I'm partial to the one down there, but it is a little tricky to get to. What are you looking? Other than a big stiffy? What are you looking for?
I mean, I heard you say the tower names, right?
Yeah, Tinkerforge Spire or Golden Staff Spire.
I mean, if your low intellect would be able to tell me this, where
course.
would we find a Tinkerforge Spire and another one called a Golden Staff?
Oh, you're looking for
Spire.
a golden staff? Now, that doesn't surprise me at all. So if you want to get to Golden Staff, what I suggest you do is you crawl up on the edge of the bridge there, and you see that lava flow right there. You just jump right the hell off.
Right after you.
Oh,
That's what I do.
Oh, such a gentleman. But no, Tinkerforge for the reals is not accessible right now. But we have plenty of bars, and you can get yourself the biggest stiffy this side of Brahm's Cauldron. Don't worry, you don't need to go all the way out there.
Okay.
So, right over there, the Brass Bastard. Oh
Brass
my goodness, it's all top shelf.
Well, first time having top shelf. All right, well, you were absolutely useless. I hope you have a terrible rest of the day, and may you fall over. Good day.
You fall over.
I like him. He's
Well, that was enlightening. If we want a place to drink, apparently that That one right there is a
The
good
brass bastard.
brass bastard,
did-
as I was told.
Did she tell you why the Spire's inaccessible?
No, she insulted me and then told me to.
Well, go insult her again and find out.
Maybe someone in the brass bastard will be able to tell us as well.
That's a possibility, but I feel like they might be excessively drunk and maybe not as.
Maybe they'll be more talkative.
I'm drunk right now.
Good for you.
Yeah, do you want
Oh, sod off!
to just go to the bar then?
Seems like a good plan. Give
Yeah.
me some time to possibly peruse the.
Read.
All right, so you head over to the Brass Bastard. It's probably the closest bar to the entrance, and you can barely hear the anvils clanging over the raucous bar fights and bickering inside, and the laughter and the loud bagpipes music. It is just a cacophony. It is a cacophony. Of the cacophony of and din of carousing and rebel rousing. It's wild, and you see a dwarfen man in like a his kilt's a little too short. His legs are not long to begin with, and he's up on the bar like dancing back and forth like Coyote Ugly style. And as you walk in, he's like, "What can I get for you?" And he curtsies a little bit.
Ale.
You should probably get that checked.
No, you are not for free there, lad. He's looking at my address. All right, ale for you. Pale ale for you.
What do you drink, darling?
Oh, I drink the finest dwarven brandy, and I'll let you know I make the finest. And everybody goes, "Boo, your brandy is shite."
I'll have the shite bread.
You'll have the shite brandy. All right. All right. And you hear boom, as he like taps a keg right in front of you. And he fills, brandy is a liqueur. It's a liquor. It's not, he gets you a tankard.
Oh.
Here you go, that'll put hair on your horns. Oh, what about for you there, missy?
I'll have one of those too, please.
If I'm going down, you're coming down with me.
What about for you there, love?
Well, I mean, do you have anything more earthy in taste?
Earthy, I've got brandy for you, God. Here you go. It's so earthy. You'll be very down to earth when you're done. Kidding about the pale ale. It was about your complexion. It was a joke.
I got it.
All right, anything for you.
We didn't need it.
Do you have water? Amaretto, please.
What?
Amaretto?
Oh, sure, I'll get you an amaretto. Here's the brandy.
Brandy sounds great.
Oh, goodness, there you go.
Thank you so much.
Sweet chicks. Yeah, not near an open flame. Careful. All right. That'll be 3 silver pieces.
Oh, I got it. Here you go, and for your kindness.
Oh, thank you so much. That's one.
Oh, I thought that was, oh, my apologies. That was, how about this one?
All right. Yep, that's 2.
Really bleeding me dry here.
3 silver pieces. Thank you so much.
Should we do 4 silver pieces for her and he's paying?
What?
Can we do 4 silver pieces to get one for her and he's
Oh,
paying?
I'm just getting an ale.
I already got
You didn't say that. There was no
I
discussion.
promise you there
I
was
didn't
any.
say that.
Did they actually?
Yeah.
I'm very subtle as a character.
Yeah, no. For some reason, I just totally missed it, and I saw you talk to her.
I
and
don't
her
know.
meet.
I was first.
Oh.
I came in and I just said ale
Ale.
because I have
Yeah.
work to do, so I'm just
Gosh,
drinking beer.
I'm extremely drunk. I forgot
It is-
that. I missed that part of
It
the
has
conversation.
been 2 seconds.
My soul has been attacked.
Wait, let's see. You got
How much room?
shrooms.
My money!
I've been shrewd.
All right, well, have a seat at the bar if you want a real good show, because I'm going to try a cartwheel. Or you're welcome to take one of the booths, and I'll try and get somebody to mop some of the vomit off on the way.
What the bar's fine.
Bar seems fine.
All right, here I go. Somebody roll me a d20. This is going to be an acrobatics check.
Oh, go.
Nope.
Can I?
Charlotte?
I rolled a 1.
It's 11.
I rolled.
I don't have that 20!
You got a 1, a 20, and something in the middle.
What'd you want?
That's a 10. That's a 10 average.
Oh.
So he pulls it off. what he does end up, he slips a little bit on a bit of spilled ale, and he ends up in a full split. And he's like, "Well, I'm going to stay here for a little bit."
Gwen's like,
"Thank you very much. My next trick will be going to the hospital."
I was just kidding. Kirika's gonna sip the brandy. What does she taste?
It's honestly pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They know their
A
stuff.
little sweet, way too strong. Like,
Okay.
you're definitely risking losing your eyesight.
I will not be finishing this.
You shouldn't.
I won't.
And you see other people like hoping you do. Like, is she
Mind your business.
Oh, so did them. All right, you find yourselves in the Brass Bastard.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and, is there like a table anywhere, like
Yeah,
in a corner?
There is. There's absolutely a corner table.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and kind of spread my stuff out and like start looking through it.
All right.
Kirika will have a seat across from you.
Yeah.
Without preamble, just...
And I'm drinking several beers as I work, trying to get back into the old college mindset.
Right.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. If you want something stronger, just let me know. Like anything, like I don't know, like some bottom shelf stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to throw something my way, I'll try it.
I'll throw some. Oh yeah. All right.
I think they might take things
Those of you
literally.
drinking, I need a Constitution saving throw.
I was gonna say,
I mean-
I'll sit down with my jug of brandy. This is wonderful. You will die if you drink all this.
Constitution
God.
saving throw?
Uh-huh.
That is not
What
gonna
if I
go
push
well.
the
That
button
is-
instead of looking at this thing?
Yeah,
I feel like, yeah, you should
What do we
have
got?
that.
What do we got?
I got a 14.
That's a
14. You're okay.
5
You're
for me.
Ooh, you're feeling it.
I took like one
Do
sip.
I have anything?
I
Can
got a 16.
Can
16.
I re-roll
You're
this?
champ. No.
What do I have if I take an attack from myself? Can
Oh
I
no! What did you
react?
get?
It's a 5.
Oh, you're feeling it, buddy.
But I've only started sipping.
What about you?
14.
14. You're all right.
Yeah.
You're all right.
I'm
So
a dwarf.
she's trashed. Everybody else is
no,
all
no,
right.
I know. I'm also.
You're a little bit up there?
Because
Yeah.
I'm a
I
dwarf,
got
I,
him.
have advantage on that.
That's actually why that is, by the way. And yes.
Wait, actually,
Oh, okay.
I also have I got advantage on saving throws
Oh, okay.
or
Okay,
against
so
being charmed. So hold
that-
on.
Let's say.
That brings it up to a 23.
Oh, you're. This is like water.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You're in. You're in the zone.
zone. I'm in the zone.
Auto zone.
You're in the zone.
AutoZone.
Not a sponsor.
Yet.
Yeah. Write to us, AutoZone. We'll sell spark plugs and save lives. What?
Yes.
I just
Okay.
have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
Does this technically count as a city?
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
does cosmopolitan heritage apply while we're here
Yes.
for those of us who
Ooh,
have that?
wait.
That's a good
Ooh.
idea. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really...
it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, it does.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Cobalt Press, for that cool thing.
Thank you for that mechanic. Okay, cool. That does
Well,
not
that
help
actually-
me with my intoxication
Not
in
at
any
all.
way,
We-
but
I was
it
like,
will,
what did I miss on that?
Gwendolyn
Yeah.
and Copperplate.
Yes.
You have words to say.
Oh no, I just heard a lot, and so I was shifting about my seat. But
Oh,
thank you.
You did so in a very
I did.
inquisitive
Very
looking way.
attention-getting way.
Very appraisingly shifted.
I will say though, Gwendolyn will like move a chair out of the way and like pull up to the table, and she'll hold her cup like this. And what she's actually doing is like every couple of minutes she'll take a tiny sip and then dump a little bit out under the table.
What does Ember do?
What does Ember do? Is she prone to these things?
No, I hope not. I don't know. She'll maybe come over if she
You asked
tries
the question.
I've never seen a
Sniff
dog
it.
that wouldn't curl their lips up at a strong drink.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I don't
Probably
know.
like licks it and is like, nope.
Yeah, I like to think she just like, laps it a little bit. And is that going to be enough
I'll
to
leave
get
this
my
up to
dog
you.
messed up?
I'll leave this up to you.
Nah.
I'm going to
I
let
have,
Ember be
however,
the more sensible of our
That's tax-
partnership.
I've never
for
seen a
animal
dog to turn down a good puddle of puke. And
Sure.
they're everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, so okay, good. So Ember comes over. What you guys doing? And as you do this, you'll feel a little nose maybe poking around your feet, little, and then she'll. So this is stupid. Whatever's going on over here, and she'll wander off.
Sure.
And maybe from over there, you hear another table of just like delighted disgust. Ah, that emotion. Maybe we'll just hear that throughout the bar.
Oh, that one had carrot in it. Hi. All right, well. So, yeah, give me an investigation check real quick there, Ms. Aretha. Yes.
While that is happening, and as I'm getting actually tipsy for the first time in a while, he goes, leans into the bartender who's still in the split.
Yeah, no, he kind of works his way up, and he's fine. There's like a little, when you put your hand on a cold table and it leaves an imprint of your hand.
There's another mushroom.
There's a very rude imprint on the bar top.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I didn't catch your name actually.
That's because I didn't give it to you.
Oh,
You
right.
can call me Barkeep for now.
Barkeep. Great. My name's Azad. Nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure.
Wanted to ask, what would we want to ask again? We were coming to ask, oh, right. Towers, spires, two...
The whole city's full of them.
Tinker
Forge.
Tinker
What's the deal?
Tinker Forge is closed.
Right. Why? What's...
I don't know, probably construction or something. They didn't really. Believe it or not, when the city does something, they don't go to every barkeep in town and be like, "Can I pull a permit to close this giant spire?" It's strange. Well,
Sounds like they are really messing up. Because clearly you're the most important person around.
Oh, you think so, do you?
No, I don't,
You've got
actually.
a drinking problem.
I have... Yes. No. I mean, you've heard rumors. People come through, talk about, was it like, I don't know, plumbing issues?
Plumbing issues.
Closed it out?
No,
I
I stay very regular, thank you.
Oh, good. Probably all the
The splits, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Keeps the
really
spirits
good.
moving.
So, all right, so you're going to want to talk to some sort of magistrate if you're going to get a straight answer about it. But yeah, Tinker
magic
Forge has been-
person. Got it.
No, magistrate, like an underduke. If you can get a hold of an underduke, you'll probably get...
Do we have to reach under the Duke?
No, not an underduke. Different.
That's funny.
An underduke. We've got, I think right now, our underduke is Gildebraith. Underduke Gildebraith is who you're going to want to ask.
Yeah, you heard that, right? I'm not. I don't think I can.
She's going to have the straightest answers for you. You may have to twist her arm.
That seems quite violent, but if that's what we need to do.
It's a figure of speech. Good Lord, is this your first time on this planet?
You see, he's only had like 2 sips.
I thought you said he was just tipsy.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
This is tipsy?
This is him.
He is figuratively and literally a lightweight.
He drinks tea most of the time. It's super earthy.
He's also this big. And so I love it.
You're probably lovely at parties, but as far as gathering
well,
information, you're not the guy. Currently.
Well, I'm doing my best.
I think you're doing great. What you are being great is you're a great patron. And I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Well, I mean, no, hold on now. Don't make it like that, because if you start crying, I'm going to start crying.
Okay.
And I don't want to cry in the front of my sweat mark on the counter. The juxtaposition's too silly.
Well, fair enough. You're going to talk, and then I'm just going to start sipping more.
Yes, what my
Cormac, by the way. You can call me Cormac.
Cormac! Yes.
what my
You
festive
can call
friend
me Barkeep.
As soon as I hear that.
What my festive friend here is trying to ask is, we need to get to Tinkerforge Spire and or Golden Staff Spire as quickly as possible. Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? Well, you're going to want to go directly north. It's hard to tell down here. Your compass is not going to work.
I imagine, yeah.
So you're going to want to follow the street signs. It's well marked, I think. But I got to tell you, even if you find your way to Tinkerforge Spire, you're not getting in.
You need to talk to the magic person.
We need to talk to Magistrate Gilbreth for the Tinkerforge. What about Golden Staff?
What about Goldstaff?
All I know is that people hate it, and we might need to go there.
Well, that's great. Well, yeah, Golden Staff Spire. How long has that been shut down? That has been shut down 40 years. So.
Are there any spires that aren't currently shut down?
Yeah, the hundreds of ones that you see with like lots of people on them, those ones perfectly fine.
Radical.
What happened to Golden Spire that they shut it down?
Golden Staff Spire, there's the old hospital over there. Bad business.
Are there still people there?
No, oh no, it's all quarantined.
What happened at the hospital?
Hospital stuff, I'm a barkeep.
Okay, I'm a doctor. Hospital stuff tend to be what I'm interested in. What happened at the hospital 40 years ago?
It's probably, I don't know, a sickness or a medical emergency, maybe a chemical leak. We've got lots of chemicals, we like to tinker.
Was it contained or solved?
We clearly contained it, we pulled up the drawbridge.
The drawbridge. So whatever happened there is still there?
Who knows? We pulled up the drawbridge.
We shouldn't go to Golden Staff Spire.
Is there anyone? I know you mentioned the magistrate. Is there anyone who might be able to tell us, any old timers, even just like here, who might have been around?
Around here, not really. We're on the opposite side of town. But if you find another bar nearby, Tinker Forge especially, you might be able to garner some information. I got to tell you, it's a walk. Well, it's a roll.
So, just a second. When we talked to Ardith, when Victor talked to Ardith a long time ago, she said that we had to get here because she had her lab. We had to find her lab so we can get her specs. And at the lab, they built the dimension door, and that's where the mycelia started creeping through. And that they had to be broken, shut down, all the thing. Did she say when that happened?
No.
But she said she's been in exile for a long time.
Aye.
And she's been living at that place, at that shop, which she saw in her dream for at least as old as she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long lived your dwarves in our world?
Very.
That was weird. What is
how
that? No,
old is Reva?
Wait, what does very mean?
The player's
asking
handbook
the
said like
DM.
100. Okay.
400 to 600.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, I didn't, because there's the player's handbook and then there's your world. So 400 to 600 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow that fairly closely.
Okay, great.
How old is Retha?
I don't think I ever put an
Rude.
exact number on it.
Vaguely.
I was guessing young.
Yeah,
20s?
normal amount.
That's like baby for
Cool.
them.
Like, it's like young for us or young for a dwarf, you know?
I mostly make my character probably a little like equivalent of my age-ish, maybe a little older.
Okay. So, just putting this together in my head,
Like 40s,
actually,
30s.
this is
I
going to
think
sound
30s.
very weird, especially coming from
You
me.
always sound weird.
I think we need to go to Golden Staff Spire.
Kirka can't hear any of this conversation. She's over in the booth.
It's you
with
two.
Retha.
Oh, it's literally just the
And
two
as
of
the-
us, so
and
I'm
no,
talking
no,
to you.
well,
You're fine.
Gwen
Yeah.
does not,
And
and
she
Gwen's
was in the
also
corner,
there.
so Gwen was like yelling questions across the bar, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah. I
the
think
boys.
we need to go to Golden Staff Spire.
Okay.
Okay, who can we talk to maybe get a pass past the quarantine?
You're probably going to want to talk. Remember that joke you made about reaching under a dookie?
I did.
All right. And then I gave you a very concise answer immediately following that. That.
Cool.
Under Duke Gildebraith.
Under Duke Gildebreth, the answer to all of our problems, not only why is Tinkerforge Spire closed, but how to get into Golden Staff Spire. Thank you, Barkeep. You have been very helpful.
Thank you very much. I feel like I have been extremely helpful, honestly.
You are the
Also, can't stress this enough. Looking at just the outline here, you need to get it checked.
Look, I've heard having 3 is impressive.
It's not, but that one should not be that shape.
Is
Is
it
it,
like a crescent situation?
It's weirdly angular.
Well, it's. I think it's more like a crescent. Maybe. All right. Yeah, there's an angle there. It's because of the. You see, look at the edge of my seat down here, and there's just constant pressure over years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Would you like another, Mrs.?
no, I'm not reacting to this in character
About
at
to
all.
roll a medicine check on this guy's
I'm curious,
mushroom stain.
is it Gildebreth or Gildebraith?
Gildebraith.
Oh, 8.
Braith.
Oh, well.
Wonderful.
I put bread.
I got
fine.
one this time.
huzzah!
Huzzah
AITH.
for the Kirka.
Okay, no, that's it. I have nothing.
So, investigation check. How did that go?
It went bad,
20 minutes
so
ago.
Oh no.
I used luck to re-roll it.
Nice. What do we get? Thanks, Cobalt Press, for luck points.
Hey.
I know, right?
Love those.
I think I got a 19. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, a
Please.
19. Sorry. 19, you're able to infer a a shape of what, because it's kind of an exploded schematic of like what it would look like put together and in its purpose. And its purpose looks to be to connect an organic medium to something that can read an electric impulse and transmit that along another organic medium.
Oh. Okay, interesting.
19's a pretty good roll.
So Kirka's just been sitting here, not speaking, watching with a fascination that maybe you haven't seen her engage in, at least not very often. And she will wait until it seems that you have arrived at some conclusion. What have you learned, dear?
It's some sort of kind of a tethering device or kind of connector, converter thing for organic media using some kind of technology powered by... Don't really have the time to explain electrical impulses and things to you. Most people, it's kind of a new thing. But
You know there's a sect of us who do that, right?
Yeah, I don't know what you're...
No explanation required, though I'm sure I'm not as familiar with the finer details as you are. But suffice it to say, I think I follow the gist of it. Can I do some sort of check for that?
Yeah, give me just an intelligence check, I think. It'd be a good move.
Who are you?
What?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
James Bond-ass dragon.
James Bond asked.
Luckily for me, God, these dice, no matter which ones I use, are not good for me. However,
That's why I get my dice
I
blessed.
have a thingy. Hold on. Where is it? I think I can re-roll that. Hold on. I'm sorry, everybody.
You're fine, buddy.
This is a very
You're
long
okay, I love you.
list
We're going
of
to cut
things
this, and
This didn't even
that
happen.
I
Yeah.
can
no
do.
one will ever know that I said blue-footed.
This is my
booby.
mental fortitude thing. Once per long rest, when you fail an int, whiz, or cha save, you can choose to re-roll the save and take the new result. Cha
Do-
cha cha.
Cha cha cha.
That's a 19 plus 1. Yeah.
19. You're
up?
smelling what she's stepping in, and you're even able to interpret. I don't know if you speak / read Dwarvish.
No. Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
Got it. Well, the numbers make sense.
Okay.
The numbers make sense. The side notes not as much.
The diagrams probably, if there are any like the gist of it, if it's an exploded out thing.
Yeah, it's you realize once it's assembled, it's going to be kind of cylindrical and maybe about the size of a fire hydrant. It looks like there are several ports for input and output of some sort of impulse.
So electricity powers it.
Yeah,
How much?
good amount.
Where do we get that?
Kind of show you the part that says Tinker Forge Spire. Probably, maybe Golden Staff. We probably need to figure out what the deal is with both of those.
I'm sure they're having a wonderful amount of success over at the bar.
It sounds like it.
Smash cut to Azad.
So how much of that have you had?
Enough.
And enough is a very small amount. Is that what you've had?
I think at a certain point, he's just going to be in the happy, like,
Are
Smash cut
Are you
to
lovey?
I'm very, look.
Handsy.
How are you feeling about Dr. Victor Vendick at this juncture?
You know, you
Me.
with your suit
Yeah.
and fancy. Like, can I say,
Oh, say it.
you sometimes you're like the biggest stick in the world,
Wow.
but you're a very good stick.
Almost as big as the one up your ass. Yeah.
Got him.
Joking.
Okay.
Painful, cruel. All right. Listen, I don't think you and I are that different. I got a face. You got a face.
We got faces.
People think I'm a stick, and clearly you're a vampire stick. But I like you. I think you're doing a good job.
I've got to make sure we're on. You know I'm not a vampire, right? Like you
That's
know
what-
that here and here.
I mean, maybe. Like, listen, I feel like every vampire is gonna say that.
I've been in the sun with you for a week.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They can walk in the sun now.
Daywalker.
But it's cool. If you're a vampire, that's
I'm not.
totally fine.
I'm not.
You didn't try to bite me.
I'm not gonna.
Good.
I'm just
And that's why you're a great vampire.
just a physician.
Right. Still, I think the body thing you did kind of uncool.
What body thing?
With the
An autopsy?
that words. Yes.
Azad, how do you think surgeons learn? Do you want me digging around in your organs if I don't know what they look or feel like?
No.
Exactly. So we have to practice and learn on cadavers. Like I told you, mortui vivos docent. The dead teach
You
the
say a lot of words I don't understand.
Oh man.
But I get it. And maybe your way is different from my way.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you trying to do what you do. But I just think sometimes you're just so lost and wrong.
That's a thing to say. I gotta tell you, Azad, I am entirely too sober for most of this, but honestly,
You should drink this.
Azad, I could drink most of that and live. You shouldn't
you're a
have
vampire.
any more. No. No. Azad,
Got you there.
I think you and I can get along just fine as long as we both focus on the common thread between us, which is trying to help. I think you and I are very much alike in that way. Maybe we can come to an understanding. But as for right now, I think it's really, really important that maybe not right now, maybe in like 8 hours, we all together go to the Golden Staff Spire and learn. Are you drawing vampire fangs right now while I'm trying to help our very drunk friend?
I'm just going to say, though, that, regardless of how you approach it, Mother would love you.
Yeah. Dude, all the missionaries that came through my hometown as a kid made sure to let me know. And let me tell you, I learned some of their parlor tricks along the way. They get less impressive every time. So you and your mother can keep to yourselves. I'll keep to myself. And together, we'll help all sorts of people.
When it's time, it'll happen. But it'll be great.
Just for a second, just if I said that to you, when it's time, you'll realize that it's not important and that you should. Would you feel the same way that you feel like you're making me feel right now?
I would think that that's what Mother wanted.
What? Oh, man.
I hate
All
that
right,
he's just
that's
calling.
enough between the two of you. Get a room.
I hate that he's calling her mother now, not the mother. Like what mother would want. But mummy. But mummy. But mama. Mother would love you. Mother would love you. I was like,
I'm not going to skin you.
Can I get you another? Anybody?
Do not get him another.
And
He's barely finished. There's nothing missing.
Yeah, it's oh man, the something alcohol and blood thin alcohol concentration in the blood and difference in depth or altitude or something. There's something there. I don't
You're
remember.
bringing me down.
he does that.
Well, if you need anything, holler. Otherwise, I'm gonna try another cartwheel.
I can't recommend it.
All right.
Can I roll this one?
Yeah, just you.
8.
This time, just right off the end of the bar.
What a great exit.
All right. What are you doing, team?
He's dead. So like we need to like I would have to go over to you and ask where we're headed.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured...
Nice.
You're doing great.
Doing great.
Pass your deck save.
I think I have an idea of what this is, so we haven't learned anything new there. Did you figure out anything about how to get to Tinker Forge or Golden Staff?
All I learned is that we need to talk to Underduke Gildebraith.
Cool. Is he dead?
He'll be fine. He's not going to be happy, but he will be fine.
Should we?
If you drink his blood now, would you get drunk?
I can't stress it enough. I really, really am not a vampire.
Neither am
That's
I,
nice,
dear.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely for you.
You have met a vampire recently.
Literally.
We are
met.
adamant.
Yeah, I know. He's right there.
There's similarities.
Look,
Don't be on his
guys,
side.
between Lich and Vampire, there's
He's
a
a Lich.
lot of hurt feelings. So, like, can we just accept the fact that I am just a doctor?
That's a thing that normal people say.
Yeah.
It's not something normal people have to defend.
Yeah, but like you chose your own color scheme, you know? Like you woke up and you thought, that's the cravat I'm going to wear today.
It's your
That's the
pallor,
message I'm going
dear.
to send to the world today.
Look,
His cravat, whack. His suit, whack.
his foot stands whack.
Me, I'm Titus.
Are you still wearing the overcoat too?
Yeah, I'm
You
dressed
gotta
in.
go.
I only have one pair of clothes you've ever seen.
Well,
me
you
in.
purchased an overcoat recently, or
Yes,
or
but the,
Yeah.
that,
I bought
like
it
the
for
coat.
him. Literally, we're in like near lava. Like, are you cold right now?
It's comfortable-ish, but like
This is comfortable.
it's 85 down here.
yeah, I'm definitely keeping the coat on, but I'm all right.
Yeah. I think,
I would be upset without the coat.
look,
for sure.
as much as I would love to continue laying into the good doctor, I
Sure.
think we could let up
Move
a
it
little
along.
bit.
That'd be
and,
great.
Head off to Underduke Gildebraith.
Yeah, where do we find him? Do we know?
I haven't been here, but I have been to other dwarven settlements. I have
You've been
family
to
there.
Brum's Crucible, which is like the capital of the
Yeah.
capitals.
From what I've seen here, do I assume it would be like it's culturally like similar?
Culturally similar, the architecture is weird.
Oh, sure.
It's
Yeah.
Brum's Crucible, normal dwarven carved into the side of a mountain. This is carved into a series of stalactites.
Yeah. Would I have an idea of where I could find like a government official?
Don't you have your cosmopolitan as well, right?
I am cosmopolitan.
Yeah, you street
you are.
smarts while in a city or
Cosmopolitan
other
dwarf.
urban environment. You have
Street
advantage on
smarts.
ability
Street
checks about
smarts.
getting lost, blah, blah, blah. Or made to
Literally four
find a
of us.
particular kind of business or other destination open to the public.
Thanks, Cobalt Press.
Thanks, Cobalt Press. Yeah, well, it's a new episode. We got to tell the peoples. There's a
No, I
pub-
just read it like 5 minutes ago.
Did you read that exact part?
Yeah.
I read it better.
You dick.
I think you guys both did a phenomenal
Yeah,
job.
I
Thank
like her version better.
Damn you. We're
Yeah,
friends.
just kind of try and get an
Yeah,
idea.
you find the municipal spire very quickly. It's like,
I
for one
will
thing,
eat
it's the
him.
biggest spire. It nearly
I'll
touches
suck
the-
your blood. It was out of character. It was out of character.
That was out of character.
Because I just kind of assumed that government
Forrest
buildings are
Valkai's a
well
vampire. You
labeled.
heard it here first.
I lost this table. You find the municipal spire. It is the largest one. It nearly touches the cavern floor.
I'm
and-
carrying a sod.
Of course you are.
Actually,
Somebody-
do you want to?
somebody had to.
I can walk it if you want. You want to put him in here? It might be.
Yes.
Yeah. I go
Glasses
from
flopping.
like fireman carry, which is how you were being held.
But I'll just like pop her crotch and she'll like put it on the wheel and just like push.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's aside. That's great.
Take your sunglasses.
You find municipal spire.
Grab
It
his
is-
arm like, the mother bless you.
And it's just like walking up to like, you know, the city, the capital. It's like, well, they're probably here.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Do we all need to go in?
I kind of look over at Hassan.
Will this
I'll
help?
go.
I don't think that will help. Like being able to drink a lot of liquor means you're cool.
Unconscious.
It means you're kind
Unconscious.
of yeah.
Yeah.
We can go.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm totally fine. I didn't drink that much, and even if I had, I wouldn't be that.
Do you have a lot of experience with dwarven nobility?
I speak Dwarvish fluently, and I happen to know where we're going.
And you're a delight to work with?
I think I'm straightforward and to the point.
That's not what I asked.
I think we should have both of you come.
I agree, dear.
Bad idea.
I'm gonna be entirely honest. I think the best case scenario is they find you very entertaining.
It's my best case scenario, too.
That's fair.
I'll wait out here with Azad so he doesn't die.
Thank you.
No, my mustache.
Did you say, ow, my mustache? Wonderful.
Gwen's gonna take like the back of her chair has like a big like bag where she keeps like all of her stuff, and Gwen's just gonna start taking like little trinkets and stuff out and just stacking them on top of Azad.
On his forehead.
She's just like here, and she's like puts it like here.
Yeah, on the cheekbone. Love that.
One of those little stone things you're supposed to kick over when you see them. Yeah.
It's Elvish Jenga.
That's it. She just starts doing
Oh
it.
no! No, everything going.
God.
We are punchy.
We can stack
Okay.
our dice.
You can stack likes on top of Azad.
Hey, there's the segue.
Yes.
Alright.
As you approach, you see. You've noticed the foot traffic in this area is vastly different than when you first entered. There's just people going about their day. There's little families and stuff going about their day-to-day business. There's businessmen just shuffling back and forth, especially near the Municipal Spire. There's a lot of hustle and bustle of people determinedly going to do the thing that they were going to go do. And it's hard not to get like shouldered and elbowed out of the way of people if you ever stop. There's but it's very orderly here. Like the taverns are raucous. The Municipal Spire it's just like almost like two nice single filed lines going in and out. It's efficient, dwarven efficiency.
Love to see it.
And as do you just join kind of the line going in?
Yeah.
You join the line going in, and there's a couple of guys in the same heavy dwarven plate, same heavy face on there, and as you walk up, they kind of eye you a little bit, and then a dwarven woman, impressive like clean goatee kind of coming off the tip of her chin, nice little curly mustache, holds like this brass bar up to you. And she like pulls down a little scroll, and it just looks like parchment for a second, and then you see her face through it, and she just kind of looks over you, and she's like, "All right, what's your business? You don't look too dangerous."
Yeah. I'm here to see Underduke Gildebraith.
Did you have an appointment? And she rolls it up.
I don't, unfortunately.
All right, come back. I can make an appointment for you. We can get you in pretty soon. I've got some time in late fall of 1682.
What year are we in?
1662.
62, yeah.
You're dwarves. You live a long time.
Yeah. It's urgent.
Oh, it's urgent.
Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Can you just mention a mycelial problem?
I'll be right back. Sit tight. Is the vampire with you?
God.
Yeah, he's actually really sensitive about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is he not with you?
No, he's with me. He just doesn't like being called.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the Noseworthy?
Yeah. The tall man and the pretty lady are both with me.
Oh, you're lovely.
Thank you. As
That's
are
the right
you.
one?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's the right one.
And you. And magnanimous, I'm sure.
I am no, absolutely not. But I am dutiful. Sit tight, and she disappears for about 5-10 minutes. How tall is the stack getting?
Oh, yeah, outside a crowd of dwarves has gathered around Azad. Sure. And Gwen's like taking stuff from them. And we're like, it's just increasing. She's making best friends with everybody.
I've got my grandpa's glass eye. Get in his mouth.
Slaps them on the back.
Azad, Constitution saving throw.
See if you choke on the eye.
I'll save your life. It's fine.
8.
You managed not to die of glass eye poisoning.
Thank you.
15 minutes later, she comes back. She's like, Well, I don't know what you are talking about with mycelial network, but Underduke Gildebreth will meet you and your compatriot. Sorry about calling you a vampire. It was insensitive of me. I thought you were an actual vampire.
It happens.
It's okay. Well, it's not okay, and I apologize. You have my deepest and most sincere, regretful apologies.
Apology accepted. How hard is that?
Do you want to stay out here?
No.
Shut down!
Well spoken.
In many cultures, the higher you go up the building, the more important the person. And you're led down several stairs to like the smallest point in the spire, and small being a relative term, as the bottom office of this structure is huge. It's huge. You see a massive desk as the stone stairway kind of leads down in the spiral, and a heavy wooden door opens, and you see a gray-haired dwarven woman, pigtails, and the pigtails are like woven into her beard a little bit, and just woven into like a single beard. And she doesn't even look up from her desk, and she seems to be wearing some sort of heavy goggles. And she just keeps on writing on a ledger as you walk in. And there are several guards with menacing-looking firearms just standing around in a big circle. The security attendant, she's like, "Manners." And as she closes the door behind you, Magistrate Gildebreth says, "What's this I hear about mycelial networks?" Scribbling.
It's, yeah, they're causing a problem up top. I'm sure you're probably aware we have reason to believe it started down here.
Golden Staff Spire has been quarantined.
Your quarantine isn't working.
You're saying I didn't do a good job with my quarantine.
I'm saying that there's mushrooms upstairs, so you should probably make the conclusion yourself.
Well, you've got quite the tongue on you, young half-dwarf.
Yeah. I don't know where it came from.
Let's say I believe you. Why are you here?
You've managed to successfully quarantine, at least I assume,
Thank you.
the dwarven population.
Aye.
It's infecting people on the top. There's a leak somewhere, and it's making things strange. I'm sure you know better than any of us how it functions.
What gives you that impression?
People are made out of mushrooms. They didn't used to be.
Straight to the point.
Fair. I do appreciate your direct nature. Well, it wouldn't do for word to get out that a state-enforced quarantine has failed. Aye?
Aye.
What can you and you and you do to make sure that the good people of Marlstone don't find themselves alarmed at this terrifying news?
Excellency, we have no intention of spreading this news in your realm. We only came to you for information. We were told that you were an expert in this matter.
I am just an official, a servant of the people, and I have done everything within my power to protect the good people of Marlstone from horrors beyond imagining foisted upon a new government official.
The Archduke Gildebreth,
Underduke.
Underduke Gildebreth.
Art winces. Oh.
Pardon me, if you could give us access across the quarantine into this zone that we could do a little bit of research and figure out what's going wrong, we might be able to help contain it further. And if you could tell us where we could find someone named Linnaeus Carl, we have reason to believe that he has a direct tie to this leak.
Well, of that I can assure you. However, Linnaeus has a human constitution, being that he was human and died several years ago.
Can you tell us where his work area, his lab, his office, anything that he left behind might be?
He used to work out of the Golden Staff Hospital. His work was sanctioned by the previous Underduke. When the Underduke succumbed to the gripes, I took over.
The gripes. So you know exactly what we're talking about.
Aye.
There wouldn't be a quarantine otherwise, Doctor.
Well, this disease is presented differently in different populations. The fact that you yourself call it the gripe as well is incredibly telling. Underduke Ildebrand, if we can't get in there and contain this quarantine, then everyone on the surface is at risk. That includes your guards and anyone who travels out of this city. If we don't contain the quarantine where it is now, this entire city will be under quarantine soon.
That sounds reasonable. Why are you and you and you the best people for the job?
Oh, we're not.
What is stopping me from detonating the charges at the top of the spire and sending the spire all the way down into the lava below?
Nothing.
Because that would only stop the source of the infection originally. But mushrooms don't care about the very first point, they only care about the next spore. One single microscopic spore could continue this infection across the entire continent. Destroying that spire will only destroy
it's okay,
our
it's
best
okay.
chance of learning more about how to contain it better.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for your courtesy, too. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I need the three of you to make a persuasion roll.
It's gotta be bad.
As it would be like, initiative? Why are you making them roll?
It's 13 for me.
Okay. That's very good for you.
But
That's really good.
considering
That
everything,
means I'm gonna tank
it wasn't
this
a negative
for
3.
sure.
Wow.
You got this, you got this, you got this.
Okay. I rolled
15.
Hey!
a 13, but I am going to use my Inspire feature.
Yeah.
But I am, and I have to like be touching it, but I'm specifically, I keep like the shield kind of on my leg, and I'm just gonna
100%.
like very visibly like touch my cool metal thing in front of this dwarf who probably likes cool stuff.
Oh, that's a cool metal thing you got.
That would be a 17.
17. You seem like a competent man of science. I'm not sure what your deal is, but I like how you hang in. You
Excellency.
are clearly a brilliant mind as well. Tonight, if we lower the drawbridge, let's say maybe a small party could sneak across. We'll raise the drawbridge, and you can do your thing. And then, if perhaps you make it out, we'll lower the drawbridge and let you back across.
That would be incredibly generous. If I could ask one more favor, if you have any face or eye protection that was used while this quarantine was implemented, it would be immensely appreciated.
I can supply you with some goggles and a respirator.
Perfect.
I don't think it'll help.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope so too. I genuinely do. Because I'll have to take drastic measures otherwise.
I would agree with you.
All right. We're all in agreement. We're all friends here. We'll see you tonight, just outside the Tinker Forge Spire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I say thank you in Dwarvish.
Oh, wait, I think I can also do that. No, wait, no, I can't. Just kidding.
I can.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
It's like gracious.
Oh, God.
Gracies.
Oh, that hurts.
You're led back up the spire through the lower ranges of clerical work and lower government officials. The higher you get, the kind of more entry level the jobs become. Until you see how many performance check.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna be
I
real
wish I
bad.
could give you my inspire.
Right.
Oh,
Like
it's a
my hands flopped
3.
out.
A 3. As you walk out, there is an impressive pyramid of just like tankards, a glass eye, several coins, like a rock. What else?
There's like some books.
Yeah.
There's like garbage. Like a lot of there's like some
Little,
apple
like
cores.
keychains off the fingers.
Yeah, just like
Ember's
some
there and she has
change.
something cool in her mouth. What is it?
It's a really really cool stick.
The best stick.
It's
Only
but
the
it's like
best
it's like a fossilized.
Okay, there it
I was
is.
gonna say it's
Stick.
underground.
Some sort of
wow.
bone. Can it be a fossilized
Yeah,
bone?
it's a fossilized bone, so it's
Cool.
like the dopest chew toy ever because
there's
it will
a
last
memory
for a
wheel.
really long time. And so Gwen's just kind of sitting on a bench next to where Azad is sleeping, and she's like, "Well, how to go?"
And with a 3.
So bad.
As you guys kind of greet Gwen, it all just comes crashing down and just kind of smacks him in the forehead repeatedly. You're just covered in knives.
What has happened? Oh, my
You
head
were blessed by
hurts.
the mother. It was crazy. She came. She was like, "Put this stuff on him, and she, blessings for life. Congratulations, you won."
Oh, okay.
She brought you this eye. She said it will bring you great fortune.
Oh, why is it so slobbery?
She said the mother. She kissed it.
Oh. Great. You have something for a headache?
Got it. Do I roll medicine?
No, you just got it.
I got it.
You're a doctor.
Got it.
Yep. Acetaminophen. I cast acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen.
I cast anti-inflammatory.
Oh.
It's not too late in the day. It's probably 2:00 in the afternoon. You've got a few hours to kill if you like, or we could just fast forward to tonight. Whatever you guys think is best.
Yeah, I think in the meantime, he's just nursing this headache and
Yeah.
like self-healing himself.
I'd be getting this man some electrolytes for sure.
In the meantime, I would be spending even more time poring over those blueprints. And then also, could I try to fashion some kind of respirator?
She said she would give us some.
Yeah,
You want a better one?
Mine would be better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or if she gave them early, I could take those and try and modify them too.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. What do you think is best?
I think modifying the ones that already exist would be a
So
good
the ones that
starting
you're
point.
handed, they're pretty cool. They look like a bellows attached to a gas mask, kind of like a blacksmith's bellows.
Cool.
And there's like a heavy filter in between. It's and if things get a little too clogged, you just work your bellows. It's clumsy, but it works.
Steampunk.
And
It's fairy punk.
Very punk. Very punk.
yeah, give me. Are you trying to roll to? Give me a roll with your intelligence and proficiency bonus because you are a tinkerer extraordinaire.
And then I also have a thing.
Oh, do your thing.
What
I
is
love
it
things.
called? I think it's trade advantage. When I make an ability check where the use of a tool and the use of a skill would both apply to the check, and I'm proficient with both the tool and the skill, I can make the check with advantage.
Holy crap.
For example, a character proficient in the nature skill and proficient with an herbalism kit would have advantage on a check made to
Yeah.
identify a plant.
All right, cool.
That's tight.
Roll with
Nice.
advantage and with your intelligence and yeah, all the
I'm gonna
good
use this
things.
big one.
Oh, the tonker.
The heck
Okay,
and
that's
chonker.
only an 8. Oh, that's not great. But 8 plus intelligence plus
Plus proficiency.
proficiency is 16.
16.
Nice.
You're able to make some decent like quality of life adjustments. The bellows, you realize if you just rotate them 90 degrees, like you're not like nodding and like having to work your own bellows. You can just you can kind of use like your own momentum and it works the bellows as you walk. Pretty cool.
Okay.
All right.
It'll be slightly easier.
Anything else before nightfall? Which is a relative term down here because the light is always the same.
Yeah. I just have a question for Retha.
Yeah.
So Gwen will like look at like the blueprints. Do you think you could like take your shards and make that, or do you think it's like too big?
No, the shard actually sort of exists in this. It can change. Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, no, I could. I mean, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna try.
Ooh.
Well, actually, the shard does have like a price limit thing at the top. This is worth more than 100 gold. Now that I think about it. now that I'm
Luckily, you
thinking.
know somebody who's loaded.
Well, no, the
item.
rules of the shard are like.
Right, but if you need to like in terms of would it
No.
matter to?
No, it's like a limit to describe what kind of item you can make, like how sophisticated an item you can make.
Got it,
Which,
got it,
honestly, a microscope's probably pushing it, but it's a pretty simple microscope. It wasn't like a whole lot
Gotcha,
going
gotcha.
on.
There's the upper limit of what you can build, the worth,
Yeah,
the value
it's
of what you can build.
20 gold times your mechanist level.
Got
Oh,
it.
so it went up, but still not enough.
Still not. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably like shape the shard into that casing, but even knowing everything in there, I've never tried to make something that sophisticated before.
That's fine. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can make the shard into the shape of that
You
to
can
give
make
an
a
idea.
facsimile.
Yeah, I'll make a facsimile. It's like a non-functional, so takes 6 seconds.
Wow. Gonna be like,
Wow.
cool. That's it. That's all I wanted. I just
Yeah.
wanted to know if you could.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
cool.
can do that.
Cool.
It was real neat.
I can see it coming, especially once we get there. If we need to do any repairs or anything like that, that could be very handy.
Build from the outside in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just kind of stick my hand on it, and it comes back as like a shield, and then I just put it back on.
That's very handy.
It's amazing.
Ha!
Nice.
Hope I don't need that later. That took a bit. It actually does have limited use.
Oh, no.
no.
You should have just told me to just go.
That one can be a narrative use.
Hey, there we go.
I was willing to do it.
It's like, don't
Awkward
waste your spell
compliance
slots
your
on
way
me.
out of a spell slot.
Oh my
So are we
God.
trying to ascertain right now, like what time it is? Basically, like what are we?
There are
Just
clocks. There
Rita
are
knows.
big, awesome mechanical clocks. And
It's 2:42.
it is 7 p.m.
Oh, well.
Live.
Oh, it's upside down. That's all right.
And I can't remember. Were we given a specific time at which we were just
After-
tonight?
Yeah, when the drawbridge
Meet you
goes.
tonight over at or near the drawbridge near Tinkerforge Spire.
Okay. Tonight, meaning potentially all sorts of things. Also, there's a little guy on the screen.
There's a little guy.
There's little Gwen on the
screen
screen.
guy.
Little screen Gwen.
Hooray.
Um,
I'm free.
I gotta say, there's no way it's earlier than like 9 p.m., right? For doing subterfuge.
We could head that way and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as we know the drawbridge is up, that it's probably an inclination anyway. So
Go.
Yeah, we can find a bar nearby and have someone kind of keep an eye.
I'm
Sure.
Hey,
never having a drink again.
By the way, are you recovered?
I'm mostly.
Great, then budge up. Come
Oh,
on. Come on.
I mean,
You're
that's
welcome,
nice.
by the way.
That was very appreciative, and I thought you were continuing this, but I guess free ride's over.
Gwen will sit back down and just be like, brush off your beard.
Yeah, if we are going to head over there, at least we'll have a view of the bridge and know when it goes up. If nothing else, unless she told you that she'll send some sort of a signal.
I think the bridge going down's the signal.
That's what I thought. All right.
You head that direction. It's easy to follow the city maps, although it does look like the closer you get to Tinkerforge, you get less and less foot traffic as people just have fewer and fewer reasons to go over this way. It's not like they're avoiding it out of fear. It's just that this part of town is shut down. And you realize as you get closer, it's like almost a fifth of the city is comprised of this quarantine area. So they really had to cut themselves off at the ankles here. And as you progress through the interconnected network of cable cars and footpaths, you just watch this lazy river of lava kind of just steadily moving below you. And you finally get to an adjacent spire. You can see that as you cross the bridge, you can tell that the city guards are just kind of watching. And they begin just kind of casually lowering the drop.
Sounds like it's about time.
Yeah. Let's be safe. Yeah.
As best as we can.
We're so.
So
That looks-
who else the time has to do this, right?
We all just talk like this.
Yes.
I'm sure
You merely
our AV
adopted,
people
but
won't.
So just for point of order, we are going to Tinkle Spire, or
Tinkle Spire.
We're going to Tinker
or
for
going
the,
to Tinker-
I thought it was the
hospital.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Golden Staff Spire is where the quarantine was. We met them by Tinker Spire. I've yet to understand if we're going through Tinker Spire to get to Golden Staff, or if we're meeting if the two are right next to each other, maybe.
The main
We-
thing.
The main thing is that Golden Spire was the one that was under quarantine, and we need to get to the
Only
hospital there.
we could ask the person who created the world.
Right?
Yeah. So as you approach the drawbridge, you see the spires are like fairly clearly labeled, and you see Tinker Spire is kind of a means to get to
Okay,
Golden
so
Staff.
Okay.
They're like interconnected by bridges. You can see that the cable car system has been severed here.
But there is a bridge.
There's a bridge. It's a drawbridge, and it looks like the only way to get to Golden Staff is through Tinker Spire.
How,
That's where
how
they're
long is the drawbridge?
The drawbridge, it's fairly long, maybe 90 feet.
And what is beneath us?
Beneath you is a river of lava.
Right on.
So you can't fall off.
Maybe you
Well,
can't.
yeah. It's like, you just be like swimming.
Backstrokes.
Yes.
Make sure to tighten the straps on the side to keep it completely or sealed around your nose and mouth. You don't want any leaks.
It's really pushing my ears in. It hurts.
That happens. Trust me, it's better than the alternative.
Just a point of order. This is for a show.
Yes.
We might
so
want
will
people to be able to
not-
actually
we
hear
will
what you're
not-
saying.
Don't worry, I won't be doing this through the entire encounter. It's just funny right now.
I noticed you held your torch the whole time the last time, so it's like you're very committed to the bit.
I
Why
don't
would I
know
just
when.
drop it? Would you just drop a torch if someone handed it to you? I handed it back to her when we were done with it.
I wouldn't drop a real torch, a pretend torch. I would be okay. I have the torch.
I
You
find-
have the mask.
I find your lack of miming disturbing.
That's a silly thing.
That's a silly joke. Okay.
And I
So-
guess we shall go across the bridge, head towards the tower.
Yeah, good.
Hey Doc, you want to cast Mage Armor?
That
Good
becomes.
idea.
Not bad. I'm just going to. Can I?
Oh, this doesn't work at all with gloves.
Screw it.
Get
Where-
better gloves.
I would say you should all be wearing gloves if you have them as well. It's a good idea.
What's that, Kirka?
Where are the guards relative to us? Are they standing beside the
They're
drawbridge, or are they?
looking so obviously in the opposite direction? They're just like, oh, would you look at that? The lava's lovely tonight. I'm rapt. My attention is just very, very set upon the lava below me.
That's fine. If Kirka were to gesture for Ember to stay here with the guards, would they object to that?
You know what? I've always wanted a dog.
Yeah.
I'm a lonely man, and look, ever since the wife fell into the lava below,
No!
I've just wanted a little furry companion to sit by my side for up to an hour.
Ember.
Would you look at it? If wishes were horses, I'd have a dog.
That's a quote.
If witches were horses,
I'd have a dog.
Jesse Jerdak, 2024.
Wonderful.
1662.
She fits,
66.
she fits her mask.
Pardon me.
Put your mask on.
Yeah, it's
we
a little.
all- yeah.
It takes a little struggle with the horns and the ears and the spikes and the things, but we get there.
You get there, yeah, and you fix the like heavy. They're almost like welder's goggles. They're weighty. These are not made for delicate elven necks.
Retha doesn't use any of those big goggles because their own are they
brought
spend a
their
lot
own.
of time
Right.
wearing. The ones that spend the whole
BYOG.
time. Yeah. You guys didn't get the memo and it's fine, but just next time.
Okay.
We head to the tower.
You head through
Going
the spire
across the drawbridge.
as the drawbridge. It meets about halfway. You walk, and there's not really like a rail system right here. It's daunting, and you see glowing lichen above you, way above you. You see the glowing fungus below, and the lazy river of lava. And you can tell that this has been abandoned for a long time. You see machinery and equipment that has fallen to disrepair. You see the cable system is just non-existent. And if you look below, you just see like a cable car just crashed into the side of the lava. And there's something eerie, and all you can hear, other than your own footsteps, is the steady hiss and bubbling flow of the lava. As you walk through, you notice several little engineering bays along the gangway, and a beautiful forge, immaculate, that looks like it might belong to some sort of grand engineer. You see Engineer Emberhorn attending. You would know that Ardith Emberhorn is the one that sent you here.
As we've been walking, like especially with all the broken machinery, Retha had probably taken off their glove on their right arm and is like just sort of like feeling it. I think the same sort of reverence that if you had gone to like a forest that had been burned down, just kind of just being at peace there. And then, yeah, would gesture. I think we need something in here.
What do you need?
There's specs or something. And I'll like open the door.
Yeah.
Do you know what they look like?
I assume it's stacks of paper.
As you open the door, it's pretty well appointed. It's familiarly chaotic, just like the shop.
Yeah.
And in a place of prominence, you see the device assembled. And you just see carved into like the sturdy glass. Effing failures, stupid failure, that is containing this unit that is designed to transmit data across organic medium.
Can I use read object?
Yeah.
And what I learned rereading read object is that I needed to read it very closely because it lasts for 10 rounds. The things that it says that are possible through read object, the item's name, visual image of the last creature used, these are just examples of things that I could potentially read about it. It's not hard and fast. So Kirka will start to reach toward it and she'll hesitate and look at Retha and say, what happens if I touch this?
I don't know. I don't think it works. It's is it behind glass?
It is. It's like contained.
It's in a I don't know if it's a good idea. I could
Oh, it almost certainly isn't.
let me
Maybe just touching the glass could tell you about who put the glass on and why, and then we would know if it was a good idea to touch the thing itself.
what are you trying to figure out?
It's almost a reflex for her. She's just what read object does is it reads the psychic residue of that object. So I think she would just want, other than like obviously the curse words and the other points of obvious frustration on it indicate that this was an abandoned project, and we have some background about it. But can she maybe feel anything more about the last person who used it or the circumstances under which it was used? I don't know. I think it's just, this is an object of significance. Maybe the person was using this, I don't know.
So you cast the cantrip on
I
it.
just want to cast the cantrip on it.
Okay. And you get more from the glass itself.
Okay.
But you get a flash of a woman irritated, having an argument with another woman.
A human woman?
No,
Dwarven
a
woman?
dwarven woman.
Okay.
Who looks a little like Retha. Slamming the front cover on this device and arguing and almost pleading with someone who you can't really quite make out. But there is a lot of hope here and a lot of irritation here
Okay.
and a lot of disappointment.
Retha, on our journey here, how much will you have disclosed to us
About what?
about what you saw and what you know? Do we know about your mother?
You overheard Ardith talking in the blacksmith shop, so
Yes.
you heard all of that.
Okay, all right. Yes.
Retha hasn't been talking about it.
But you
at
haven't
all.
given us anything else. Like, okay.
We heard some of the bits.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right. So you just see her. So she'll touch it and flinch, think, pull her hand away and say, I think your mother was here.
Yeah, that makes sense. What did
She was good, I think.
That's good.
That's all. No, nothing else. I'm sorry. I don't know anything else about how to.
Okay. Well, nothing in the blueprints except for this nothing in the blueprints really indicated that containment, but a lot of it was missing. So let's see what we can find out before we start finding more things.
All right. What else do we see in this?
Yeah, can I look around?
It's a fantastic workshop. Yeah, make an investigation check.
Yeah.
It is well appointed and looks like it was abandoned quickly.
Can I have advantage because I've worked in artists?
Yes, absolutely.
Look for the secret compartment with hamsters.
Oh, this is the same number twice. It's so bad.
I don't hate that. I don't like that.
I don't like
No, I
that
don't hate it.
either.
I got a 6.
6. Yeah, man, it's a dusty workshop, buddy.
Yep, I got an 8 with a +7 for investigation.
That's a 1.
I turned around and hit a wall with my head.
Just dust falls from the ceiling.
I've got a 13.
13? Yeah, what are you looking for specifically?
She's just really a passing interest in this, sort of the same interest that she had earlier. So she's looking at something that maybe a lay person would be able to recognize as useful. So maybe she's rifling through papers
I'll
and
say
just
this: like there are clearly a series of like passion projects, almost sequentially, in little engineering bays. You see one specifically that looks. It's hard to say, but it looks to be an enormous circular thing with a bunch of tarps pressed over it. It's covered in dust.
Can I pull the tarp free?
Sure,
I will pull the tarp free.
Pull the tarp free, and you see this brass circle, almost like a half gate, with cogs and little.
Vertical?
Yeah,
circle?
it's like a circle.
Okay, an
like a
arch.
gate, like an arch. Several cogs and pistons kind of hiss and shudder slightly as you take the tarp off, and you see still glowing crystalline structures embedded into the brass housing.
Be careful with that.
I will. Thank you. I had no intention of touching that.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to say it. Everyone be careful.
You also see scorch marks all over this thing.
Do they look like electrical scorch marks?
No, they look intentional, like somebody doused this with some sort of an accelerant and lit it.
Oh, can I see any residue or anything?
Yeah, there's even like an acrid smell, like a burning smell, even after all these years. You're like,
Even through the mask?
oh, that's right, you're not wearing a mask. You're wearing a mask. No, there's not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
That would be a very powerful smell, and I would want us to get out of the room.
You've seen burnt plant matter and burnt organic matter before, and you see around the base of that, in ash, pure ash, little tendrils.
Like little mycelial tendrils? Kirka will hiss audibly, like an animal would hiss, and pull her hand sharply back.
Yeah, I turn and I see it.
What did you find?
Looks like we
Is
found
this-
half the source of the infection.
Is this the only one of those big circular gate things?
It is here.
Okay.
And I bet I know where the other one is.
I was looking for the schematics. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
So you were sent after a device,
I sent to retrieve the device. Okay.
but there was also schematics from Linnaeus Carl,
Gotcha. Oh,
or
so that's
notes.
that's a good thing.
But those are in
And he
his
collected-
office, right?
He also collected some specimens that we need to
And
find.
this thing, how big is it? You said it's the size of a fire hydrant, right?
Yeah, it's about the size of a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
That was in the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you say your thing because mine's exposition.
As soon as you point out the mycelium ash There's still ash.
It's just ash. Yeah,
Just
there's
ash.
no. It doesn't appear to be alive
Would that still be considered organic compounds?
in the loosest term.
I'll take loosest terms.
Carbon's carbon.
Carbon's carbon. And you see Azad go forward and gently touch the ash and kind of rub it in his fingers.
As you start to do that, Kirk will just don't.
And you see a glow come from his hand, and I'm going to once again channel ancestral recollection and essentially trying to use it to see events of what happened right around there. What was it?
Okay. There's not much here. It's sometimes you just have a glimpse of a memory. It's not quite a memory. It's not a full, but you just get the barest image of cold metal and unexpected flames. That's all you really get. There's not much here.
I thought that was going to give me something more.
Wash your hands.
With what?
I'm just saying, don't touch your eyes or mouth while we're down here.
And don't touch the water.
You just see him like the desk and just kind of wipes it on the desk.
Right.
And he takes more dust with him than he leaves.
Fun. Well, hell.
How far from the entrance toward the drawbridge is this?
Oh, it's fully across. So you are.
Not from like.
Oh, you mean within
from
the pillar?
our side? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm maybe 30, 40 feet.
We're not sneaking this thing across.
No, and I think that's fine. But okay. Well, this is something that I'm supposed to take back, which I don't know if that's a great idea, but I'm gonna do it. I think, or at least try to. So I'm gonna set it closer toward the exit.
As you lift it, it's surprisingly light. It's like this is not solid steel. There's a metal housing. There's something going on inside of that. There's several. To call them tubes would be a disservice, but mechanical arms protruding from it as well.
Rita, do you want to put it in the back?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to.
No, it's all right. I don't mind. Yeah.
Well, it could be like cursed or something.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound.
All right. Yeah, I'll like kind of fix it to the back, and I'll actually put it on like little. Like there's like office chairs in here or something.
There are stools everywhere.
Stools
It's a mechanic shop.
Yeah, it is mechanic. I would like jerry rig a sort of wheel setup so it's not
Sick.
adding to your drag. Like
Cool.
it's not adding
You
to
got
the
a little- like a
weight
little
you have to
cart?
pull as much.
Yeah,
like a
little
little-
like a little
a
sidecar.
cart?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And this thing, it's about that big. It's polished brass fittings over steel, and like I said, it's got these like almost Doc Ock style arms coming out of the top of it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
And you do notice that every time like Retha's just looking at it, it's just this like, oh, I want to like mess with that. Like, but not.
Improve,
Now it's not
push
the
the
time.
buttons.
But I just want to like lift the hood and just see what's underneath.
And as your voices echo around this massive abandoned mechanic shop, sometimes like if you're just a little too loud, just a little bit of dust kind of falls from the ceiling. It's haunting. It's like this place was so full of life and was just rapidly abandoned. There is a mug of dust just sitting there.
Can I gather up some of the dust in my hands
Sure.
and read it?
Easily, yeah.
I'm reading it for mushroom residue.
Yeah.
Read from
Read for mushroom.
A lot of this is soot,
Okay.
mostly soot here.
Great.
That's what it's probably. It's easy to get. It's just escaping from the lava below.
Right.
It's just accruing on the ceiling and falling.
Not maintained.
Knowing this will make her despite the like she will sort of affix her mask a little bit more tightly, but she'll maybe step aside to Victor and say, "This seems to be mostly soot, at least in here."
That makes me all the more worried about what we'll find over there.
You see another bridge. This one not a drawbridge, solid stone, connecting. And above you see Golden Staff. Below that you see hospital. Below that you see botany labs. Below that you see bio labs.
Well, I know where we're starting.
I'm gonna cast as we head over that way, I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's just going to be.
I thought about
yes,
picking that one up, and
but-
I'm really glad that you did.
If you'd read the spell to me.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that
It's a good one.
I'm giving you as
yeah.
much data as I possibly can.
I sense nearby toxic creatures and substances. For the duration, you can see the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or the disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt, and the duration is 10 minutes.
Okay, and what's the range? I'm so sorry.
Oh, 30 feet, I think. But
30 feet. Got it.
yeah. Yeah, within 30 feet of you.
The bridge is about maybe 90 feet across, maybe a little more. And it leads directly out of the Tinker Forge into Golden Staff. It looks like there was a series of, like a hub of cable cars that led to Golden Staff Hospital for like rapid access. And you notice near the spire that you entered on is some sort of mechanical device that looks to be like a small room with a series of cogs and wheels and belts that might like lower a small room or raise it, like an elevator. However, Golden Staff Spire has no such thing. And as you approach, are you going to Golden Staff Spire? I don't want to drive.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have
We're
to.
going.
Because
Yeah.
you've got
There's nothing else here.
part of a thing, and I don't want to be like, you got to get the other thing too.
Well, I want to get the other thing.
You
We're
wanna
doing
get
the other
We
thing.
gotta
We're
go do
here.
the other
We're doing the
thing.
completionist route. I'm trying to get all the
Yes,
achievements.
yes.
There's a lot to do in Golden Spire for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bars,
Or
hotel.
Golden Staff.
There
Golden
are
Staff.
bars, and there's an obligatory smith, not as impressive as the one you just left. It's sad to see the embers of the forge gone cold. A crucible like that has been long cold is just it rings hollow. The first building, for lack of better words, carved into this great stalactite would be Golden Staff Hospital that you would enter. Down the stairs would be the botany labs. Below that would be the bio labs. You happen to know that Linnaeus Carl had been studying something in the botany labs. Mm-hmm. But the hospital looks pretty worse for wear.
When you say like worse for wear, in what way specifically? Like, does it look like people rushed out? Does it look like, I don't know, there's like a mycelial invasion that got burned to a crisp, or?
You see hospital beds toppled and pushed just into the streets. And if you look below, you can see remnants of like gurneys and stretchers just like in the parts of the cooling lava below. You can see tendrils crawling up the side of the entire spire.
Active or burned?
They don't look burned.
How big are they?
Very big.
Okay.
Anything in particular about the hospital in particular that I would be able to notice, like a specific precaution taken or a specific measure done, or does it just look like frantic?
It looks like a rapid, panicked.
Okay.
And you'll also notice scorch marks along, especially as you get closer to the hospital, of outlines. Something roughly human shaped.
Like scorch
stone.
marks on the ground.
Yes. As if someone was doing their best to contain something with fire.
Or a human-shaped thing with fire. Yeah.
Human shaped or dwarven shaped?
Hominid.
Biped.
Yeah,
Biped.
humanoid.
Biped is the best word for it.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Ew. Okay.
Yep. I'm seeing it. I'm getting it. I'm smelling it. I'm feeling it.
I hope you're not smelling it, because I'm
The
very fixed on
respirator,
those
right?
respirators.
Respirator's not working.
There do appear to be living tendrils connecting both the hospital and the biolab and the botany lab. And you know that Linnaeus Carl's lab is below the hospital.
Aretha will probably, if she wasn't already, will move toward the front of everyone as they make their way down to the next level lower.
Before we do, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, as soon as I see that, I turn to him and went, are you sure we're ready to see this? It looks like there's still something there.
I put these gloves on as like a, role play thing for putting on protective. They were actually quite nice. Very warm. I'm freezing. Before we go down and to respond to what you're saying, just quickly before we continue, has anyone ever seen a fairy ring?
Yes.
She looks at you like you're stupid.
Do you know why mushrooms grow in that shape? The whole center of a fairy ring is all part of that mushroom network. They take over one little part of the ground, and when they've consumed all the nutrients there, they pop up around the very outer perimeter of where they've taken over, and after about a year, they've eaten out further and then pop up new fungal bodies, new what we call fruiting bodies on the top.
Yes,
and
we all
the fairy
know.
ring gets bigger and bigger as the network continues to grow. If we're seeing the gripe starting to pop up in Entrieur, that means everything south of there, everything between here and there is completely consumed, completely full of the network. Every single thing that you can see or touch in this place is a danger to you. Don't take anything for granted.
Thank you, Doctor. The living tendrils of mushrooms didn't give that away.
I have a question.
You have an answer?
As people in here are talking, do the tendrils make any noticeable change with the result of the vibrations of us being in here?
How close do you get?
He's gonna Resident Evil our asses.
I'll get 3 feet away from on the ground.
Dexterity savings.
Oh, and by the way, Kirka's little tick is already back. It's like
That's bad.
Oh, no.
That's a 6.
You can't tell.
Okay.
Also, in response to what you said, you'd be surprised how many people think you can just cut off the moldy part of the bread and eat the rest of the bread. I think I covered that
We
earlier.
had this
We
conversation.
had the
I'm
conversation.
pretty sure
So
you mentioned it.
I'm telling you, everything is contaminated, so you don't think you can just step over the visible tendrils and be fine.
she's still staring at you like you are the one who's stupid.
And once again, going to...
Doctor, this is maybe a weird time to ask this question, but I appreciate the science, but you also know that fairies are real, right?
You are in a fairy place
exactly.
that have real fairies, yes.
You don't want to just walk around
You
telling
can't,
everyone
don't
the fairy
ever
science.
walk inside a fairy circle.
We broke them. Yes, I have nothing prepared for that. I've spent the last decade or two in a big city. Fairy circles weren't a common thing. I just know of them.
All right, I just felt I just wanted to warn you.
I saw them as a child and was told some legends, but I didn't
you
stick
just-
around long enough.
If you see one, though,
In
just
fact,
don't go in it, all
I
right?
appreciate the advice. See how that works? I appreciate the advice. Thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome.
now that you've planted the idea in Kirka's head, she is sort of looking around like, oh, shit, are we inside a giant fairy circle? And she'll sort of gently walk over to one of the tendrils and be like, lady, I am so sorry if we've given offense. This one doesn't know.
I'm going to ask once again. Looking at all of this, are we prepared? We are just 5 going into an unknown entity.
No, we're not prepared, but we're the only ones here to do it, so let's do it and be quick about it.
All right?
Were we prepared to ride a tree yesterday?
Azad, maybe a better question is there anything that you think, besides maybe significant group counseling, we could do to prepare ourselves?
No. I don't think anybody can be prepared for whatever this could be, but what this is, but I just don't know. It's just I feel like we're going into so much unknown, and if an entire civilization was not able to contain or do what they could about it, and then had to lift and isolate, I'm just curious what a 5 fairly disjointed and just now kind of coming together group of people can do.
Well, they say that extenuating circumstances can unite people, so perhaps we'll perform well under fire.
Azad, would it make you feel better to say a prayer before we go in?
At this point, I've already asked everything I wanted to ask, and I don't think there's really much more we can learn until we go inside.
Kirka will actually say a prayer to herself. You may or may not hear it. Standing before the tendril, she was sort of in tongue-in-cheek, whispering to like it was some sort of conduit. Taking in the whole of it, will say, you will hear her mutter a prayer to Chrysos, Father of Fire, to Kalsi, Herald of Death, and to Corrie, the gardener, asking for their protection and for the strength to do what must be done. And when she's satisfied, she will clasp her hands and say, well, into the fairy circle.
To the circle.
This whole time, Retha's kind of just been in the door and has been listening, but not looking at any of you, just looking at the pathway down. For them, like, being up on the surface, especially in the, like, Lucian theology and Gallia and those areas where there are people with, like, their ideas, with prejudices, asking questions, a lot of uncertainty. You know, we witnessed the Lucian clergy just kill people, but without, you know, it's a very scary world, and it makes them very nervous. And here, in the face of a much more present and realistic danger, they're just, they've spent their whole life looking for answers, and the answers are down there. It is a very clear line from point A to point B, and they say, let's go.
Let's go. Let's walk into the circle.
Exposure, adhesion, invasion, infection. Exposure, adhesion, invasion, infection. Exposure, adhesion, invasion, infection. Exposure, adhesion, invasion.
She realizes that this is how you pray.
We go down, down, down. Oh, yeah, no, you can cut me off.
Fiery.
Gwen is gonna, she's gonna go to roll forward, and she's gonna notice like a tendril on the ground and be like, nah. So I'm gonna park the chair and the weird like buggy thing that we built like close to like the connector bridge, so I can like grab it on the way out, hopefully. And she'll pop open her crutch, and she'll sort of like carefully step over and be like, all right, it's gonna be one of those days.
Also, can I go ahead and cast Mage Armor?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I
If
did.
you have access to Mage Armor and you're not casting it right now,
Yeah, I
I'm
did.
going to kill your character.
I didn't want to go. Yeah,
I'm the
done.
character, and then I'm going to kill you for the disrespect.
How dare!
As you continue through, you step foot into a lobby area, which shares an entrance to a stairwell and an entrance to a great hospital. And it's been too long for a smell to reside in the hospital, but as you gaze inside, you see horror. You see skeletons pulled apart by tendrils of mycelia, growing into them, growing out of them, feeding upon what was there, discarding what is not useful. you see a little old lady walk across the entrance.
Does anybody else see her?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait, who's this? You she?
I
Gwen, you look like you saw a ghost.
wait. Will you wait here for a second? Just don't nobody touch anything, and maybe don't talk to each other either. And Gwen will sort of like go very, very cautiously, like pick her way across. She's like, in this case especially, like her crutch is like really useful because she has like a very narrow point where she can sort of like shift her weight over stuff. So she'll like sort of pick her way across, and she'll look like through the doorway to see if she sees this figure.
You see caverns. This is a large hospital. You see aisles, rooms, and you see what looks to be bones that were just crawling out of their rooms and died. And as you peer into the darkness beyond, those same beady black eyes right in front of your eyes, with the kind face, the one you would call Gran.
What are you doing here?
Within here, death blooms like a flower.
Can I ask for my third?
You sure can, my love.
I don't much care what happens to me, but make sure that my friends get out of this safe. Safe as they can, maybe. But can you keep an eye on them?
You already asked that. We'll call that your first one again.
All right. Yeah, just sort of double down on it.
I'll see what
Super
I can do.
Pinky promised me.
No take backsies.
Yeah.
Is there... She'll think for a second. Is there a way that we can go that will disturb you the least and keep us out of your way?
Nothing you could do would disturb me, but I think the answers you seek are below your feet. And you look down and you see bodies just mechanically dismantled by this mycelia. Just pulled,
Okay.
spread. Below your feet. And you swear to God you hear a raven call in the distance, and it doesn't make sense because there are no ravens down here.
Okay. Gwen... Fuck. Oh, it's so scary.
I hear the spooky music.
I know, right? Gwen will...
I just got an autosave checkpoint. Anyone else notice that?
That's so wild. Gwen will head back out into the hallway, and she'll sort of call out, and she'll say, I think we need to go lower, but I do want to warn you that it's not pretty in here, and I cannot stress enough, you need to watch where you step, and you need to watch where you touch, and you need to know, and she'll like sort of make significant eye contact like through the goggles, we're being watched. So just know that, all right? So be careful. Yep.
Thank you.
You see a stairwell to your left.
Yep. And she'll sort of like point with her crutch, be like, I think we should just head down that way, but maybe don't look down that hallway. It's pretty rough.
Rita will look down that hallway.
Immediately.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah. And I will continue to take the front.
Okay.
Kirka will not look down that hallway, and she will follow.
Yeah, I'm just with my bed bag, just kind of absent-mindedly just repeating to myself, just exposure, adhesion, invasion, infection, exposure, adhesion, invasion, infection.
This is why you
exposure,
can't just
adhesion,
take some guy on your adventuring
Yeah,
trip.
that's why.
They develop
There's always
neuroses.
like that one guy in the alien movies or whatever who's just like, you are going to get us all killed and you're going to be first.
Yeah.
And it's also like, you're having such a normal human response
Yes.
here.
Yes.
God damn.
Flop
Yeah.
sweat. You know, like
I Azad just singular focus, just walks behind you.
Oh, wait, everybody wait for a second. Gwen is gonna check her inventory and remember she has a thing. Gwen's gonna take her her necklace that she got from the Harpy the other day. And I, Jesse Jerdak, I would like to expend one of my 3 charges. So for the next 10 minutes, I have true sight to a range of 120 feet when you peer through the gem. So I would like to. It's like a little tricky too because there's like the goggles,
Right.
But
You
gotta line it up just
necklace up
right.
over the yeah.
Yeah, Retha sees this and is kind of like a little bit annoyed that you didn't tell them you had that, because then she could have made like a fitting for your nose. It's fine now. It's fine. I'm gonna bring it up.
I honestly forgot I had it.
No, it's fine. No, you're good.
The true sight is an upsetting thing to have here, as not only do you see pulses of light shooting like waves in the ocean through these tendrils, but you see the displaced souls of people that fought to the very, very bitter end here. This is not a place of rest. This is not part of this circle. This is something else. Something from somewhere else. And there are a lot of stranded souls here.
Okay.
It's almost worse with the true sight.
Yeah. Gwen is not gonna share that. Gwen's just kind of. You'll see like her face change. She's gonna look a little bit more serious, for what you can see through the mask. And she'll just like sort of keep going.
You step down into the botany labs, and it doesn't take long. You see Carl over one of the offices. But as you step, it is just thick. The walls are covered. The walls pulse even visibly. You can see little motes in the air. It's not a thing that can be avoided physically at this junction. But it doesn't take you long to find Linnaeus Carl's offices. You see a little safe in the back. There's a lot of researchers here, but this is the one you're looking for. And it's a combination lock.
Mm-hmm. Does true sight work on combination locks?
I'd give it a perception check with advantage.
All right.
Does read object work on?
I was gonna say I also can have X-ray vision, so I could literally look to see where the pins are inside the
That is
wall.
also true.
Nice.
Do that one.
Mechanist class, y'all.
Because
Hey,
I want
well
you to
pressed.
save your charge. If
It works for 10 minutes. I got a 4, so nah.
I will.
It's just a sad ghost sitting on top of the safe.
My detecting augment for the next minute and turn on the X-ray vision.
All right, you are able to see exactly where the tumblers for this combination lock would.
Nice.
And that doesn't infuriate our GM at all.
Nope.
I had a cute word puzzle. You don't deserve it anymore.
Can I have it when we're done? Because I love
Yes.
puzzles.
Yeah, I just want to do the puzzle for fun.
Yeah. I'll use my right hand for everything in here and just.
As it opens up, it snaps several tendrils. But you do find a stack of papers.
I will grab the stack of papers.
They're dusty, but they do appear to be handwritten notes by Linnaeus Carl. As you begin to look through them, you see like a quiver and a pulse near the tendrils that have been snapped by the opening.
I'm going to scoot back.
Yeah. As you scoot back, the room begins to kind of undulate and pulse. And heavy spores begin to fall from the ceiling. And I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I was like, statistically, I should have a good roll by now.
Goddamn
Oh,
4.
it's not
It's a
gonna be
goddamn
great.
4.
16.
16.
17.
17.
13.
13.
Anyone want to spare some?
I
How we
need
doing,
all of this for
Kirk?
myself, but thank you so
I
much for
can't give
asking.
you.
Oh, yeah.
I can give you advantage on initiative, but I can't
Yeah.
give you a reroll.
Do I get a luck point for that?
Oh, you
Circa?
do?
What'd you get?
No, if you fail a throw, you
7.
do get one.
So
Oh, yeah.
it's Kirka and Forrest. You realize that these tendrils have begun kind of enveloping your feet. What are the rest of you doing? Because it's getting weird in here real hard, real fast.
Okay. Hospital. But is there a reason why we need to go to the biology lab?
Nobody can.
Do we know where the other door goes to?
I think there's things we need in the biology lab, but I don't want to be responsible for TPK. Well, first things first.
But I want to go to the biology lab too.
Okay. Wait, do we all want to go to the biology lab? No.
We did. I mean, under your feet is a bit inspecific, but you know,
All right.
That's
This
down.
further
it's
under.
down.
I'm first gonna take these and put them away, and begin moving out of this room.
Okay.
And
It's hard. It's not the feet. They are really well enveloped. It's going to take some doing to get out of this.
Not for me, it's not. I'm going to cast Flame Step.
Perfect. not even
and
a non-issue.
I'm going to choose if fire bursts, because I can choose fire or smoke. If fire bursts from the space, each creature within 5 feet of that space must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 1d6 fire damage on the failed save.
They automatically fail.
Great.
And you, as this fire emits from where Kirka was standing, you see a pulse of energy and information just rapidly shooting up and down the tendrils in every direction. It's like a wave emits over the entire spire. It just sends a wave of pain. And then you see, with your true sight, bodies kind of pulling themselves off.
No.
All encompassing the entire spire, like glued to the outside of the spire. You see forms that are a cruel mimicry of what perhaps an ambulatory creature should be.
Okay.
These are not human bodies or dwarven bodies. These are refractions of what a body could be, seen through the eyes
Spore
of an
people.
eyeless network of nerve endings.
Gwen will sort of call out to the group, be like, all right, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is, Doctor, I've got some fantastically cool science to tell you about in a minute. The bad news is that they knows we're here, and it's sending some things after us. So we best get going wherever we're going to go.
Like secret third thing?
Yeah, you know, it's not a human. It's not a human. It's a secret third thing.
Oh.
How are we going to get the
is
doctor
he
out
still
of there?
stuck?
Somebody should probably help him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, Azad will rush over and try to yank,
Strength check with advantage.
or
For both of us?
Only
Nope,
you
just you.
had
I was about to
knives.
say,
Yeah.
in my rush. Can I use my blade to try to?
That'd
Well,
be
you'd better, because
No,
that's
I'm
not
just.
good.
No, I'm just. I think I'm going to be in my.
And that'd be it
what
too.
my?
How
I will
about
say it takes you a second. You can carve him out, but I've lost a round.
Okay, I'm. Oh, that's actually not.
With a knife, I'm just going to be like, you succeed.
Okay.
You start to hear things. Not voices, but respiring. Like something being forced through something. Air being forced through gills, perhaps?
Flaps.
What do you do?
Can
Run.
I just do an investigation check real quick? Just
You
what
can
can I
certainly
see?
try.
I would like to start moving
Yeah.
toward.
Yeah,
where-
I mean, I'm
where-
hustling out, but like, what do I
Yeah.
see as I hustle?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, I've got a. That's that's a
That's
9.
not-
Oh, wonderful.
That's not a D20.
No, it's not. You're a D20, my cursed D20. But rolled me a 17 plus 6.
Nice.
Was
Yeah,
that a
you're-
D12?
you're
It had very
seeing-
cool shapes.
Huh?
Was that a D12 at the shape of?
Yeah, do you want to see? it?
Yeah, please.
You're seeing actual physical ripples as you step. Every step, the terrain responds not only spiritually, but physically. You are telegraphing your position to thousands of bodies.
Looks like we woke up Mother.
Well, yeah. I would know this, right?
You only would know this.
I kind of
The rest of you are in a
assumed.
big pulsy room.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm moving down.
I'm
see
out of
them
there. I'm not still in that.
darting towards your position. Do you
Okay.
go upstairs to the bridge, or do you stay there and get eaten?
We need to go, and we need to go now. There, thousands are coming, and I don't know how to stop them. We need to go. And
Don't have to tell Kirka. She's going.
Yeah, upstairs.
We're
going
going
upstairs.
up. Forget down.
And you
up
can
we
see
go.
them like spiraling up the bottom of the stalactite. You have a little bit of time,
okay.
but they're coming.
Do we have enough time to get to the biolab and back?
If you would like, it depends on how attached to living you are.
I'm
Because
like,
the
I'm
biolab
like a,
is already encompassed
Okay.
in hundreds.
nope. We gotta go, and we gotta go now. I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to make the lab, but we need to go. Yeah,
Fine.
Yep.
Rita like hesitates for like a fraction of a second, and then there's like, okay.
Yeah, she's skirts gathered, running.
As you run up the stairs through the entrance to the hospital, you can hear clicking and twitching and moaning and groaning and hissing from deep within the caverns of the hospital. And as you step onto the bridge, we will roll initiative, and that is where we will break. We will see next time on Roll for Initiative in the basement of an abandoned dwarven hospital full of predatory fungi.
No.
If you have enjoyed what we're doing, it has all been brought to you by the might and the combined effort of our sponsors, Kobold Press. Thank you so much, Kobold Press, for allowing us to support Doctors Without Borders, the real heroes of the scenario. Forrest Valkai,
Yeah.
tell us about Doctors Without Borders.
I'm freaking out right now. Doctors Without Borders is an amazing organization where doctors work all over the world, in the worst parts of the world, to provide medical care to the people who need it the absolute most. So please donate whatever you can using the link down below. This is what Mira, the lady, she was like, I can hear the voices, I'm connected. This is the hive. This is what we're I'm losing it. Stay tuned for the next episode. Please donate Doctors Without Borders. Bye.
Bye!
Oh no! If they're gonna do a bromance moment, can I go to the bathroom first? Because I
You can
really have
absolutely
to.
go-
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
go
be
to the
right
Tinkle
back.
Forge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I'll be here
That's
all
what
night,
it's
folks.
called forever now.
The Tinkle Forge.
That's going in.
Oh, yeah, that needs to go in. So, yeah, how are you feeling about
you
Dr.
just
Victor
like-
Vindica, Hassan?
Can I just say?
Wait, no, I don't want to miss the bromance.
Well, then hurry and pee. He's so fast.
There's a sink right there,
just
Charlotte.
drop a hot Waz. Get done with it.
A hot Waz in the Tinkle Forge.
So we've renamed Hot Waz in the Tinkle Forge, busting a Hot Waz in the Tinkle Forge, and we've renamed Moving the Spirits, or having a spiritual movement
of the spirits.
If we can find a new way to talk about vomiting, we'll have covered like most bodily functions. Like this is great.
Give us a minute. I believe in us.
Smash that subscribe button to watch us rename your entire excretory system through fantasy.
There's a lot of we and us here.
A lot of assumptions being made.
We don't call it we anymore. We call it a Waz.
You're part
You're a
of this, whether
Waz.
you want to be or not.